Hey everybody, welcome to Stewie's Thoughts Podcast, episode 57, and today I'm going to give you my thoughts about eating healthy. If you're sort of late 30s, sort of 40s, that kind of age, this is definitely one for you, because let me tell you something, if you're not eating healthy at that age, guess what?
You're gonna die. You're gonna die soon.
That's not a threat or anything, but we'll get stuck into it, and I'll tell you why I think that if you don't eat healthy,
You're gonna die. Play the intro. I don't know why I keep saying play the
actual intro, it's play the intro. So, what have I been up to recently? Let's start with that, shall we? As always, well, guess what? I only did a podcast 3 days ago, and I haven't been up to much since then. Now, saying that, I have actually been doing some things, and one thing I have done is I have started doing my TikTok live streams again. So I did one the other day, and the thing about TikTok is when you don't do like live streams or anything, you go right down to the bottom of the pie when it comes to like algorithms and that kind of stuff. So whenever I was constantly doing live streams on TikTok, it was getting better and better and better. And what I mean by that is there was more people joining. There was loads of, I was getting like, at my height, I was getting about 20,000 people watching my lives. 20,000 watching per live. And I did one the other day, and I think there was a grand total of about 800 people who watched it. And when I say watched it, that mean, I think that's them flicking through. And if they're watching for, I think it's longer than 3 seconds or something like that, then it counts as somebody viewing it basically. And whenever you're actually doing the live stream, on the top sort of right hand corner, it'll tell you how many people's on. Normally, whenever I was doing it before, I was getting like 250 odd people watching at any one point. The other day, what did I top at? 14 people. So a lot of work to do to build that back up again. But I've got some time off. I'm going to be focusing on doing TikToks now until around about Christmas time. So between now and Christmas time, that's when I'm going to be doing my live streams on a daily basis. And then over time, it'll start building up again. And that's the whole idea there. Saying that, like, even though I only got about maximum like 14 people watching at any one time. The great thing is I actually got some sales. So I actually made £84 doing a 3.5 hour live. So basically what I do is I've got a little studio, and I've got a screen on the wall, like a TV screen on the wall. And then I've got loads of caricatures all over the wall. And then I've got a camera recording me drawing people. And basically what I do is people join my live stream, I pick them from like if I'm not taking orders, I'll be doing like followers. So I'll go on my followers list, pick somebody from there, and then I put their profile picture on the screen, and then I draw it on the live stream. I do that whenever I haven't got any orders, but whenever people put in an order, then let's say they do a couple's picture, then they'll buy it from my TikTok shop, and then I will draw it on the live stream and then get their approval. And once they're happy with it, then I will post it out to their home. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on TikTok shop who is selling caricatures. I'm pretty sure of it, especially the way I do it on live stream and stuff. So yeah, building that back up again. But the last time I was doing it, I was focusing on like getting more views and stuff. But this time around, I'm not actually going to worry about how many people's watching the live or anything like that. The only thing that I care about basically is the orders. So even if there was 14 people watching, if one of them buys a caricature, then it makes it worthwhile. I did do a 3.5 hour live, but the first sort of hour and a half, nobody bought any. And then once that one person buys it, then I start drawing their orders. That's whenever the orders start coming in. So it was really £80 odd for like an hour and a half work. in a sense, so, or 2 hours, something like that. It was in around there, and yeah, so back to doing that again. A lot of them were birthday presents, so it's an all year round thing. Somebody's going to buy something for themselves or for their partner for their birthday, or especially coming up to Christmas, they'll be buying a lot for Christmas. At my height, like I was selling about 36 caricatures per live. So I was like throwing them out there like mad. It was crazy. But 6 orders and, got £180. So by the time you deduct everything from that, I'm left with, I'd done the math. Basically it works out at take home is like 50 quid, 55 quid. So 50 odd quid for an hour and a half work. It's like, about 2 hours work. It was something like that. So that's like £25 an hour. So it's not too bad. It's, it keeps me afloat. So I've been doing that. And then also I have been pondering an idea of doing another podcast. So I've got the equipment here. It's all good to go. It's all ready. And I'm just waiting back on somebody getting back to me about an office space. And it's basically the floor below me. So it's the same company that it's the same landlord, but it's a different room. So the room I'm in the room I'm in at the minute. Does that make sense? The room I'm in at the minute, it's quite big. And the room below me, it's the same size, but there's like a waiting room. So obviously it's like a separate room then. And together, that makes up the same size as my room. So by moving downstairs, I will have a smaller, bigger room, if you like, for the TikTok live streams and the office space. But then I also have like a little room, like almost the size I'm in now. In fact, it's a little bit bigger. And I'm planning to do an actual podcast studio there. And the idea for that would be to maybe start looking into doing video. So having an actual studio. So instead of it just being an audio podcast, I've always been against that. A podcast, you look up what a podcast is, right? You look it up and it'll tell you it's like an audio thing. It's to do with audio, like this, what I'm doing right now. But the idea I have is it's going to be like an interview one. So this was like my original idea. The very first podcast I ever created was actually called The Interview. And I created that about, when did I create that? About 4 years ago, something like that. And then I just pulled a plug on it. But I'm thinking about doing it again. So having two, so having this one and then also having an interview one. So the idea of the interview one is going to be like almost like interviewing controversial sort of people. Like it's almost like to give people a voice in a way. Like, so let's say they've been accused of something they haven't done and they want to get their voice across, then they can come on to my podcast and then, not this one, the other one, and, get their side of the story out there. So like anybody who's sort of been conned by like a company or something, or I don't know, I'm back to thinking about that again and then also doing this one as well. But the idea is to have that sort of office space where people can come to me and then, it'll look nice for them. There's toilets there. They'll have like facilities like tea, coffee, that kind of thing. And then they come down. We conduct an interview, whatever, with them, and then upload that. So yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. I might just give it a go and see what happens. But I'm also going to be doing this one as well. The idea is to have this new office space to do the podcast, run the business, and study as well. So I'm going to be starting my physics degree again next month. So the plan would be to get up out of bed, get ready, and then head down to this sort of hub, if you like. This just my hub sort of thing where I study, do podcasts, and do live streams, and then do office work. So that's like 4 different things all in the one area, all in the one room. Like, that'll be amazing. That's what I'm after. Currently, I'm in a spare room in the house. It's nice and quiet here. I actually was originally going to do the podcast in the office space I've got at the minute, but it's right like the window's right next to the town centre. So it's very noisy. Like this place is nice and quiet. That's why I'm here. I didn't realise, like, whenever I actually got the old podcast equipment and went to the office and set it all up and did a tester, I was just like, wow, it's so noisy here. But that room below me, the waiting room bit where I want to do the podcast there, it's like, it's not at the front, like, it's at the back, if you like, of the building. So it's like quiet, it's very quiet. So, yeah, she should be getting back to me. It's my landlord. Like, I was like, there was a woman, she was there. She was like a child therapist type thing. And then she's left and that office is available. And I'm playing like musical offices, like musical chairs. Because I was in a smaller office that's right next door to my office now. So the building it's a 3-story building and it's got like, I don't know how many offices in there, about 6 or something, 5, 6. And, my original room was dead tiny. And it was only using it for like an office space. And then whenever I started doing TikTok lives, I was like, right, I need to turn this into, I need a studio basically. And then the bigger room that was next door to my old room, confusing everybody, it became available. And I was like, can I have that? And then she was like, yeah, sure. And then I turned it into an office/TikTok studio. And now I'm thinking below that sort of waiting area, that waiting room is going to be absolutely perfect for me to do the podcast there, and then also like bring people. So basically, I'm just waiting for her to get back to me. She says, this is this much. I'll be like, right, I want to move in. Soon as she says yes to that, then I'll move in. But even if she doesn't, I still might do this other podcast. I've got my head around, and then it'll be like an interview one. So I'll probably do like one a week doing that, and then continue to do this one as well. The other podcast will be basically focusing on doing it with 2 people, so me and somebody else, or else me and a couple of people or whatever. And then if I'm doing one on my own, or if I can't get anybody like to come on to do like an interview or whatever, then I'll just do this one, and then have Kirsty and stuff on this. But yeah, I'm gonna have 2 basically, and then if the interview one works, then I'll keep that going, and then if it doesn't, then I'll just come back to doing this one. But I'll be doing both. Tell you what, I love giving myself stuff to do, don't I? Studying physics, being a professional caricature artist, and having 2 podcasts. What is time off? Somebody tell me what time off is, because I don't know what time off is, okay? I haven't got a clue what it is. I don't know what time off is. So obviously, I stopped sort of focusing on this sound quality thing. I know I said I'd never mention it again, but here I am mentioning it. I'm mentioning it, but I'm kind of not mentioning it, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not doing anything with the podcast, like sound quality anymore. I'm putting my focus on other things. And one of the other things that I was focusing on was the way I speak and stuff. So I'm focusing on that. But also, I'm actually I'm looking into like the rules and the laws about podcasting and what you can actually put on a podcast. Because before I was just, my main focus was the sound quality. I was like, I don't care about anything else. Like, let me get this sound quality sorted out and then I'll move on to something else. So I moved on to something else. And turns out, right, shocker. Turns out I'm not allowed to play like music and stuff on here. I knew I wasn't allowed to play music, but I'm not allowed to play like other like things. Like my last episode with like North Korea. Well, I was playing videos about people like going on holiday to North Korea. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I didn't know. Like, nobody's teaching me anything about this podcast stuff. I'm having to learn everything for myself. And I kind of knew that music is copyrighted, so I knew I can't play music on the podcast, so I know that. But I didn't know that if I wanted to play like a funny video of somebody like falling down the stairs on YouTube or something, that's copyrighted, and I can't even do that. So somebody like talking about constipation or something, like I played that video and stuff, I'm not allowed to do it. It's copyrighted. I was like, damn. So I actually liked getting my phone and then playing a video and stuff like that, so I can't do that, which is which is poopy. 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 There we go, 15 minutes done. Right, let's talk about eating healthy. So, guys, if you're... in fact, we'll play the intro and then we'll get stuck into it, shall we? Play the intro. So, I'm not afraid to say this or whatever, but I'm 40 years young, right? 40 years old. And listen, right, if you are 40 or if you're near 40 or in and around it, so if you're late 30s, early 40s, whatever, if you're not eating healthy, right, you're going to die. You're going to die soon. I'm sorry to be blunt, but if you're not eating healthy at this age, then your life expectancy is not going to be great. Okay? And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people my age that I know, guess what? They're dying. They're dying because of health-related issues. So whenever you're like, I don't know, whenever you're young and you're in your 20s and all this kind of stuff, you just eat whatever you want, can't you? And then, but see, as you get older, the health risks increase. Heart disease, liver failure, all this kind of stuff. And the only way that you can sort of like avoid that is by your diet. And I know you're probably sitting there going, no doubt, obviously. But the more like I get older, the more I actually sort of think about what actually, look at what I'm putting in my body. Like, people put on weight, I think, as they get older. Like a lot of people. And it's because your metabolism like slows down and stuff, doesn't it? Now, I'm no health expert, but what I'm talking about is experience. So there's a time, right, where I was, this is 5 years ago or whatever. I didn't really care about what I was eating. I was just putting anything into my body, like fast foods and stuff. And it got to the point where I was actually starting to get like heart pains, like shooting heart pains and stuff. And I was actually at a point where when I went to bed, I couldn't lie on my left side because I felt like there was a lot of pressure or something in my heart, and I was getting like little jerks, little pains, and the only way to avoid that was to actually turn around and go onto my right hand side and sleep there, or I'll sleep on my belly, which is what I do a lot. And the reason for that, right, was because I wasn't doing that much exercise. In fact, I was out running, but like my diet was just poor. It was absolutely poor. Like in the morning time, I was eating, like, especially when I was doing truck driving, right? So I was eating, because I was out all the time, and I was eating, what was I eating? I was eating like a burger van. So I was getting like sausage, bacon, egg, bap. And then in the evening, like sort of the lunchtime, I was eating like crisps and stuff. And then I was eating McDonald's. So having like a sausage, bacon, egg, bap, and then having like, I don't know, chips or something for lunch and stuff. And then in the evening time, I was having like a double cheeseburger and chips again. Like, and then the next day I would do the same thing again. But I was like, it's fine because I'm drinking loads of water. See, then that's whenever I was just like, I was feeling bad. I was putting weight on, and then I was like getting all these like heart pains and stuff like that. So I was thinking to myself, right, you need to do something. Seriously, you need to do something with your body, because the stuff that you're putting in there, if I keep going the way I'm going, I will die of a heart attack. So I decided, like, I need to do something about this. So I started eating like salads and stuff. To, fast forward to now, my main meal of the day is a salad with something. In the morning times, the first thing I do when I get up is drink a liter of water. And then my new thing now is the first thing I eat is like fruit. My new obsession at the minute is watermelon. Let me tell you something, right? See, when you get out of bed and the first thing you eat is a watermelon, like slices of a watermelon, it's the most Where's my... It's the most refreshing thing ever. Trust me. Go to supermarket, right? Buy yourself a couple of slices of watermelon. When you wake up the next morning, right? Eat it. First thing you ever do, before you even like do anything, eat a couple of slices of watermelon. See that first bite of a watermelon first thing in the morning? Oh my God. Or it's like orgasmic. Like, it's so refreshing. It's like, oh, it's just like, imagine walking through a desert for like 3 days without no water or anything. No, you would die. You would do that, wouldn't you? Imagine walking through a desert for about, I don't know, a few hours, and your mouth is so dry. Imagine biting into a watermelon and just this explosion of water. It's, honest to God, it's like, I used to drink coffee, and you know, I used to love that feeling of getting up in the morning, and the first thing you do is have your cup of coffee. Oh, you know, people are like,
The first thing I do is I have a cup of coffee. If I don't have my cup of coffee in the morning, I can't function. Don't come anywhere near me if I don't have coffee in me.
does that sound like you? Do you know coffee's a drug? It's bad for you. It's bad for you. Bad. Oh, sorry, I deafened everybody. Bad for you. Coffee is like probably one of the worst things you could put in your body, I reckon. I did a whole episode about this. Now, I used to drink coffee, and I think I was having about 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. And the thing is, right, it is addictive. Now, when you wake up, the first thing in the morning, when you wake up and you have coffee, that cup of coffee, you're like, right, now I'm ready to, you know, fight the day. Now I'm ready. But if you actually swap that with water and a watermelon, I can guarantee you, right, you'll feel a hell of a lot better. Like, you crash with coffee. If you have a cup of coffee in the morning, like, all right, yes, in the morning time, you know, you're feeling good and stuff and all, but as soon as it hits like the afternoon or something, or when that coffee starts like wearing off, then you start feeling like crap. And then you think to yourself, well, I need another cup of coffee. And then you're just stuck in that whole, you know, that wormhole of just like, I need coffee all the time in order to feel normal. Well, how about you quit coffee, right? Quit it. Now, you will have to go through some withdrawal symptoms, and it's because it's, you know, it's an addictive substance. But you will, once you sort of replace it with like a liter of water and a watermelon or some sort of, you know, grapes or something like that, I can guarantee you will feel better. And see now, my cup of coffee in the morning is getting up and having a nice cold glass of water, and there's nothing beats it. Like, I think it's a better feeling waking up in the morning and having that ice cold cup of water, and then eating some grapes or something. It just, honestly, it makes you feel fresh, and it makes you feel like, oh, okay, now I'm awake. I feel good. I feel great. I'm hydrated. And then I've got like a liter bottle of water, and I fill that up, and then I put it in like the fridge and stuff and all, so it's like ice cold. And then I'll just start sipping on that throughout the morning, and my mood is the same when it comes to the afternoon. In fact, I feel a lot great. I feel a lot better, and I'm not crashing or anything, and I'm like that the whole day. Go to bed, wake up the next morning, ice cold glass of water, best thing ever. And the thing is, right, I mean, I see this everywhere. People just like to eat something that tastes nice, don't they? That's why there's like fast foods everywhere. There's like, apart from Subway, what other options is there? What other healthy options is there when it comes to eating a fast food? Like, everybody just wants like a burger, don't they? Oh, I'll a burger and chips. That'll do me for my lunch. Or how about you eat like a salad? But you can't change the way everybody thinks, right? But you could go to a services and you could see, all the fast food restaurants and stuff. And there'll be one there that's like a healthy eating thing. and it's empty, and there's like one or two people at it or whatever. And then you look at McDonald's and there's massive queues, or you go to Burger King, massive queues. Everybody's just eating unhealthy. I think we're just a nation of people who just eat unhealthy or something. But I suppose that's all around the world, isn't it? Everybody's like that. But here's the thing, right? When you eat something that tastes nice, like a burger, right? Like a double cheeseburger and chips, you enjoy eating it at that time. But then how often when you eat something like that, after it, you're just like, oh, I can't be bothered doing anything. Once your body starts digesting that, the food, then it's like, then you start feeling bad, then you start feeling tired and stuff. But if you eat salads, it's not enjoyable when you're eating it at the very beginning. Like over time, when you start getting used to it, then it does actually start getting nice. But when you're eating a salad at the very beginning or whatever, it's not, you're not really enjoying it that much. But then once your body starts digesting it, all of a sudden, about 40 minutes later, you're all of a sudden you're bouncing. You're just like, well, holy crap! Look at how much energy I've got. I could literally run a marathon right now. I've got that much energy. Instead of the other way, going, oh, that was nice. Oh, I can't be bothered doing anything. Now, like for me, when I first started eating salads and stuff like that, I wasn't really enjoying it that much. But now, like, if you put like a salad's like, if you eat let's say if you just eat a lettuce on its own, that's not going to be enjoyable, is it? But when you actually start putting stuff in there, like, some sauce or whatever, and then you maybe put some tuna in there, or slices of chicken or whatever. If you put something in there, then all of a sudden it starts to become nice. Like there's loads of like salad dressings you can get. It's actually really nice, like garlic. Like one of the things I do, right? So one of my main meals is, I'll have like a salad and it's got all sorts of stuff in it, peppers and leeks and peas or whatever. And what I'll do is I'll buy like prawns, like a packet of prawns. You can get these ones like in M&S, right? They're like, I don't know how many prawns in, about 12, but they're all covered in all like sauce and stuff. And the one I always go for is the one that's like prawns and garlic. And I'll just get my salad. In fact, what I do is I buy like two like sort of on the go salads from M&S, and I put them together, and it's got like cheese in it. So it's got like mozzarella balls, and then it's got feta cheese, and then I put them two together in a bowl. Put the little, they come with like a little tub of salad dressings. I put them in, and then I get like egg. There's like, you can get like little tubs of like egg and spinach. I put that in. So there's like 2 eggs and stuff in there. And then I get like the tuna, and then it's got like garlic sauce. And see, when you put all that together, and because some salads can be very dry, but if it's a very moist salad, I hate that word, moist. If you have like a moist salad type thing, and you've got like eggs, and I'll be honest with you, once you start getting like into it, it actually becomes really nice to eat. So not only now, like, am I enjoying eating the salad, but I'm also feeling the benefits from it as well. Like if I'm driving down to the office, right, sometimes I'll go to Tesco's and get 2 meal deals. So the meal deals will be like a salad, then like a snack, and then a drink. Well, I would get the 2 salads, and then that'll be for the office, and then the sides I get the little what do you call them? Fridge readers, the little chicken thing. It comes in like the yellowy orangey bag. I get them, and then I also get like grapes. And then I'll get like a bottle of Lucozade, but not the energy drink one, but the I've actually got it right there next to me. Lucozade Sport. So I get 2 salads, Lucozade Sport, a smoothie, some chicken and grapes. I think I said that all right. And that's a meal, right? Even though it's 2 meal deals in one, but for me that's like my main meal. And, you know, I thought about it one time. So I actually went to like a cafe, and I got a sausage, bacon, egg bap, or Sani or whatever you want to call it. But I got like a sausage, bacon, egg bap and a tin of Pepsi, right? So that's sausage, egg, bacon, bread, and a tin of Coke. And then when I go to Tesco's and get my like salads, like that thing I just mentioned there, it's got 5 things in it, right? Yes, you got sugar and stuff and all, I guess, here, but even a smoothie alone, there's one that's called like the Green Machine. It's a tiny little smoothie thing, and it's got like grapes, pineapple, apple, like everything. It's got all this mushed into like a little juice. So you're putting about 10 different natural ingredients into you, and sugar, obviously. I know I can hear you all going, yeah, but it's all sugar and stuff, but still, there's strawberries and stuff like that. And then also grapes. So I'm eating grapes. And then the salad itself, it's got cheese and, basically what I'm trying to say is when you're eating like a healthy option like that, you're putting so much goodness into your body as opposed to sausage, bacon and egg and bread. Like I can guarantee you, right, if I was to just, like, you couldn't eat a sausage, bacon, egg bap with a tin of Pepsi every day for a year and feel good and feel healthy. In fact, you'd probably die. But when you eat what I eat, like salads and all that kind of stuff, if you ate that every single day for a year, you'd be the most healthiest person in the world. And that just proves that if you eat unhealthy, your life's not going to live long. Like if somebody said to you, because nobody knows when you're going to die, right? If somebody said to you, right, if you keep going the way you are now, you've got like 10 years left to live. If somebody said that to you, what would you do? You'd change your habits, wouldn't you? But nobody's saying that to you. But just because nobody's saying that to you doesn't mean that it's not actually true. If you are listening to this, right, and you eat bad and you're in your 40s, I can guarantee you'll not, if you don't like eat healthy or anything, if exercise or whatever, you will not live to your like 80s. And I can almost guarantee that. You will start to, like, when you're in your 50s and stuff, you'll start to have health problems. If you're, like, overweight and all that kind of stuff and all, and you're eating bad. I'm not saying don't eat burgers or anything. Like, I do. I still do. But, I mean, I'm going to be doing it today, actually. But yesterday, I had, like, I would say I have, my main meals is salads. I probably have about 5 of them a week. And then, I would spoil myself with, like a hot dog or something. And, I think that's like a healthy, balanced sort of diet. Like, I'm putting the fats and stuff in me as well. Like, but I just stay away from McDonald's. I don't go out. I call it poison now. Like, that stuff is just poison. There was a thing, wasn't there? Like a documentary type thing where this guy was just eating McDonald's. And he almost died. Do you know what I mean? Like, and people probably think, oh, but McDonald's do salads. Have you had one? Have you had one? They're absolutely. I got the grilled chicken, and the grilled chicken salad box, and I remember getting 2 of them, and it was horrible. It was like, I don't know. I think the lettuce and stuff and all was just left out for a while. It was all like soggy and stuff, and that's before you put the stuff on. And then the chicken's just like they might as well, like, I would say McDonald's salads are probably the most unhealthy salads you can get. Truth. But but if you're just think about it, right? I mean, it's common sense, isn't it? If you're getting to that age now where your metabolism is slowing down and your body's not, able to process the foods so much or whatever, but like if you just constantly eat bad, can you honestly sit there or stand there or whatever it is you're doing and say to yourself, I'm going to live to him really old? Do you smoke? I smoke. I smoke, drink alcohol, I eat bad. Well, guess what? You got about 10 years left. How old are you? I'm 48. Oh, well, good luck to you seeing 60. Because the odds are against you. But yeah, it put the fear of God in me, because like, as soon as my friends and stuff and all, they started like dying and they were around about my age, and they're dying of like heart failure and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that could be me if I don't change my ways. Like, if I don't start eating healthy, that's going to be me. If you could like see, like, if you know when you're going to die, because I think if I was going the same way I was going, I probably would have died in my 50s, I reckon. You know, eating, like, I wasn't even able to lie on the side where my heart is in bed without getting pains in my heart. And by the way, since I changed my diet and I eat healthy and stuff now, I can lie. It doesn't feel like I don't feel anything anymore. I can't remember the last time I had like a little pain in my heart. Maybe about 4 years ago. One thing about your body is it's very good at recovering itself. Like, if you think to yourself now, like, oh no, it's I'm too late. I'm 48. I've been eating bad my whole life. You know, the damage is done. No, if you actually change it and start putting goodness into your body will start like healing itself, because your heart, like your arteries in your heart's probably all like clogged up with fat and stuff and all. But if you weren't to put stuff in there, it might start clearing it out. You know what I mean? I think that's what happened to me. I think by eating all the fatty foods that I was eating, I think that it was just clogging my arteries up. And that's why whenever I was like lying on my left hand side, I was probably like closing the arteries even more, and nothing was getting through. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming it was something like that. And then since it was such a mad thing to sit and watch TV, and all of a sudden, I get a little jerk in my heart there, and I'm like, oh, what the hell happened there? And then I'm like, one of these days, am I going to actually have a heart attack? And now, like, after eating healthy now for a couple of years, like, I don't even feel it. I don't feel anything now. Like, I could literally lie on my side and I'll be fine. Like, I don't feel any pain or anything. So I definitely think if I was constantly eating the way I was, it wouldn't be, like eating unhealthy all the time. It was only going to be a matter of time before them little tiny pains in the heart is going to be in a heart attack. Do you know what I mean? And I'd have been dead. I think maybe if I had kept going the way I was going back in the days, I was smoking, drinking excessively, and then eating unhealthy, and drinking coffee. That's when I started getting all these like heart pains and stuff. And oddly, all that stuff is widely available everywhere you go. You can get any unhealthy food. Cigarettes now is, wouldn't say it's harder to get, but you could get them anywhere you want. You can go into almost any shop and can I 20 cigarettes? Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Good luck dying. And I mean, you see it all the time. Like, what other than Subway, you name me somewhere where you can get a good healthy meal, like on the go. You have to go to like these supermarkets and go to their meal deal places in order to get some actual decent healthy foods. But I think I've just because I started eating healthy again and stuff, I think I have just added years onto my life. I reckon if I keep going the way I am now and eating healthy and drinking loads of water and not smoking anymore and not drinking coffee, I don't even drink energy drinks. I don't any of that, right? People could argue that yes, there's lots in a what do you call it? What do you call it? Play it. Why can't I think? A smoothie, right? A smoothie's probably just full of sugar, and I get that. But I'm balanced. At least so is Coke. So is like Pepsi. And if you're like adding fatty foods like bacon, sausages, and like that kind of stuff to your, a tin of Pepsi, then you're making things worse. But if I'm drinking like a smoothie that's high in sugar, yes, whatever, but at least I'm adding tomatoes and onions and stuff, It made me laugh one time. I went to a burger van, this was years ago, and there was a thing called a gut buster. And this burger was like, it had like 3 meat patties, cheese, bacon, all that kind of stuff. and this thing was huge. I actually had it that day. But there was a truck driver, and he was there before me, and he was like, "Can I have a gut buster?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure. And what else do you want?" Diet Coke. Can I have a Diet Coke with that, please? Like, mate, you just go for the normal Coke. You might as well. Diet Coke, please. Thank you. But here's a little interesting fact for you guys, right? You see your body, right? Your body, all it is a mode of transport, and a housing, if you like, for the ecosystem that lives inside your body. Your body is full of bacteria. It's a whole world of microns and all this kind of stuff, like where your whole body's living. There's loads of living organisms inside your body that need certain things in order for them not to die off. This is the scientific thing about it. I would love to play a video, get somebody else to explain it, but I need to look into the laws about that. But basically, your gut and all your body, is your stomach, everything. There's all like living creatures in it, and they're like I need this, I need some nutrients from like plants in order for me to do my job. And if you're starving your little friends inside your body with the nutrients it needs, they'll just die off. And then that's when you start getting like liver failure and all this kind of stuff. So you need to think about your body's not just your body. If you look after the inside of your body and give your body the nutrients and stuff that it needs, your body will it'll last long. It'll be healthy. Do you know what I mean? I heard an interesting thing that somebody was saying, like, you don't need to do exercises in order to be healthy. Like, people are going to the gym, right? And they're lifting loads of weights and all this kind of stuff, but then they're taking like, what do you call that thing? Creatine? No, not creatine. Whey protein. So they're putting like excessive amounts of protein in their body, and then they're working out. That's good if you want to bulk up or something like that. But if you want a long life and you want to be healthy when you're older, that's not the way to do it, is it? There was a guy, I watched a video, and he was like, you don't need to go to the gym to have longevity. You just need to like eat right. And I agree with him. And the thing is, you see people nowadays, like old generation people, going to the gym and doing deadlifts and that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, you're going to ruin your joints. I used to go to the gym a lot myself, but see now I'm 40 and there's no way I'm going to start going to the gym again and lifting weights and stuff, because then I'll just damage my knees, or I'll damage my elbow or something like that. Your joints will start going. So yes, I'm 40 now. If I start going to the gym, start lifting weights, start getting into shape, yeah, I'll feel good. But whenever I'm in my 80s, I can't bend down. My back's gone. Why? I used to bench press and stuff in my 40s. And then, I'm just thinking, I'm 40 now. Can I make it to 80? Can I make it to 80 years old? Well, you can. How? Eat healthy, right? What about exercising? You don't need to. You can exercise, yes, go for runs and stuff, but don't overdo it. Just do whatever it is you need to do in order to feel good or whatever, but don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, then when you're older, you'll be screwed. So, that's what I'm going to focus on, is just eating healthy and staying active. That's it, isn't it? The key to a long life is to stay healthy and stay active. There you go. That's the key. That is the key.
What's the key to a long life? I really need to look at these bloody buttons before I press them, because that was the wrong button again. How many times have I hit the wrong button? I need to really work on this. The problem is, and I said this before, the buttons, they're all different colors. But some of them, like this fart sound, right? That's red. So that comes up as like a red symbol. And then the voice changer that I'm using now, guess what color that is? Guess. Red. Exactly.
Exactly. This one is purple. The one below it is purple. And that's a bomb. And then below that, it again is pink. And that's what that is. But this one, right? The long fart is yellow. And then I've got a snoring one, which again is also yellow. I hate this one. And then we've got the sad one. That's like a bluey colour. Oh. And then that story one, that's a bluey colour. I need to, there should be a way of changing the colours. So I'm going to look at that so I stop pressing the wrong one. But the key to a long life.
What is the key to living a long life?
I'll tell you what the key is. Eat healthy and stay active.
That's the key. What else can I say? So you have all these pills and stuff you can take as well, like omega-3 and all this kind of stuff. Do you need it? I mean, supplements. I suppose, like, if you don't, I suppose you could add it, couldn't you, to your diet or whatever? There's a shop that's next to my office, my office, and it's like a really healthy. I can't remember the name of it. I would give it a shout out. I've been in there a few times, but it's like a really healthy store where you can buy like seeds and all this kind of stuff. Something Tree, I think it's called, and it's always empty, always. Like nobody goes into that place, and it's like it's got all these like supplements where you can like take fish oil and all the stuff that will help you live long, and it's always empty. I never see anybody in it. I've been in there a couple of times myself, and I bought some stuff, but you look across the road and you've got Greg's, and there's people just coming in and out with like sausage rolls and all sorts of stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, everybody just wants to eat crap because it tastes nice. They don't care about what goes in their body. Like, it's sad to see a whole nation pretty much doing that. I mean, it's mad. Well, I'll tell you what's really funny as well. Like, see if tonight I'm going to, I'm actually going to spoil myself because during the week, I don't even know what day this is. I think it's, what day is it? So it's Saturday. So I've actually eaten salads every single day this week. And, I feel like now I would enjoy like a burger or something, but not from McDonald's or anything like that. I'll go to like there's a BP garage I pass, and it's got like a hot plate thing now, and you can get like hot dogs, like what do you call it? Is it Rostler's hot dogs, the spicy one? Oh god, it's amazing that. I'm gonna have one of them on the way up. I've got to go to Manchester after this. But I'll have that, and then tomorrow I'll eat, what am I doing tomorrow? I've got a wedding fair. Yeah, so they're doing bacon buddies and stuff at the wedding fair, so I'm probably going to have that in the morning as well. And then that'll be it then. And then in the evening time, so like the wedding fair, the bacon buddies and stuff, they'll be serving them at about 10:30 in the morning. So I'll have that, and then on the way home, I will have a like salad and stuff. When I get back to the house or get back to the office. And it's pretty funny. Like, see if I eat, like, if I don't eat healthy, so if I'm eating like hot dogs and sausage rolls, whatever, for a day or two, I won't poop, basically. I was doing the S word. Like, I won't poop for like 2 days. It's just really weird. And then as soon as I eat a salad, right, literally, as soon as I eat it, within about I don't know, not even 5 minutes, I'm like, I need to go to the toilet. Like, I need to go to the toilet right now because I am about to explode. And then I'm on the toilet about 3 times in one day Because what happens is I'm putting all that good stuff into my body, and then my body's like, oh, happy days, let's get rid of all this and get it out of your body, to get it out of your system. It's almost like, it almost happens almost immediately. It's crazy how quick your body can like do something. But it's mad. And then once I again with the buttons. What have I done now? I've pressed something I shouldn't have. There we go. It's mad how quickly it happens. But then once you sort of get rid of all that negative, bad stuff out of your body, then you know your body gets used to it. The thing is, your body can only digest so much, and I've heard this before, where like your body can only like take in so much nutrients, and then the rest is just, you know, it's an expensive poo basically. But when you're actually constantly doing it, like I am, your body sort of gets used to it, and then it almost holds it in, basically holds it in even more and saves it. That's what I found. That's what I found anyway. But yeah, I'm not telling people like you need to stop eating this and stop. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sort of advising you, if you want to live long, this is what you want to do. Because who doesn't want to live long? You know, if you've got kids and stuff as well, like you want to be there for them as long as you possibly can, don't you? But if you're just constantly eating bad, negative foods and not giving your body the nutrients that it needs, then you're not going to be there for longer. Sounds like a threat, isn't it? You're going to die. If you don't eat something, you're going to die. There you go. What else can we say? So if you're thinking to yourself, right, you know something? He's right. Where am I going to get some foods? Like, it can be a bit of expensive, but my go-to is M&S. So M&S Food Hall, if you've got one near you, their salad section is unbelievable. It's like a whole area just dedicated to like salads, and the stuff they had there. Couscous. You like couscous? I hate couscous. But they've got loads there. And then if you do what I do, I just buy 2 single ones, like 2 little small ones, and then I combine them together. And then I buy some chicken or prawns or anything like that. Like very, very rarely do I have hot food. And I never have hot drinks. Like I don't drink tea, coffee, hot chocolate. In fact, I never have it. I've had it in the past, obviously, but like now, like I cannot tell you the last time I had something hot. Like when it comes to drinks. When was the last time I had a hot drink? Wow. I can't even remember. A lot of what I drink is it's either water or Coke or Lucozade Sport. Like Coke and stuff's for the sugar intake, because you need some sugar in your system, don't you? I know it's not healthy, but the amount of water I drink as well, like that's healthy. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so M&S is definitely the best place to go, or you'd have to go to like, I think Tesco's is better than Morrison's and Sainsbury's for their salads and stuff as well. But you know, you can make it, can't you? Make your own. And the thing is, like, you know, if you are thinking about, I love to eat healthy and stuff and all, there is so much stuff out there when it comes to like making salads, but you do have to go to like a supermarket, unfortunately. Like there is no shop. I would love to see a shop that's better than Subway, more healthier. I was going to open one, Pure Meal, but I'm closing that. I haven't got the time for that. And unfortunately, I'm starting to see Subways dying everywhere as well. Am I the only one noticing that? Our local one, the one that's just down the road, closed. The one near my office, closed. Like nobody's. I don't know what's going on with Subway, but I think they're slowly starting to decline. And if they go, then what other healthy options is there for everyone? You know what I mean? It's almost like, but this is the thing, though. It's where's the money being spent? Well, there's more money being spent in McDonald's than there is in Subway, I think. Well, especially around here. because people don't care what they're putting in their body. And that's not like a government conspiracy where like they're only putting like fast foods are unhealthy because the government. No, it's not. It's because that's where the most profit is. Because people just, not everybody thinks the way I do and thinks that, I need to put something really good in my body so I don't die of a heart, kidney, or whatever failure. And then also people think that, it's the summertime. Now I should start eating salads. Really, absolutely me off, right? Me off going to get my salads this summer. Because it was obviously, the weather's been hot recently. And I was going into M&S like I've been doing for ages. I've been going in there getting my salads, minding my own business, blah, blah, blah. See, when it was really, really hot, see when I went into M&S, all gone. I was like, what about my food? Where's my salads? They're all gone. Why? Because it's really hot and everybody eats salads on a hot day. Well, I eat it all year round. Leave me some. Wrong button again. Jesus, this is really annoying me. I'm going to have to... That's what I was supposed to do. Censor myself. But no. Clap is pink and censoring is pink as well. So, hang on. Color. You can change the color. There's not that much color there, but green, tick. Right, you can't change the color. Oh, right. Okay, that should help me stop... That's going to help me to stop hitting the wrong bloody button. It's really annoying when you do it. So what are we going to finish off with? Yeah, eat healthy, guys. If you want to live longer, you don't have to exercise all the time. But like, if just can you honestly sit there and think to yourself, do you know something? I'm happy with what I'm putting in my body. And if you are actually, someone who is like me and who does eat healthy, then, fair play to you. Fair play to you. You're going to live long. You're going to live a long life. You're going to see the future. And next thing you know, we're going to have like barcodes attached to our heads. And there's going to be like flying cars and stuff. And you're going to get to witness that. Somebody else is going to be, they're going to be... They're going to be on their deathbed. That's a bit cruel, but honest, but cruel. If you can honestly sit there and think to yourself, right, I eat healthy, I'm happy, and if that's, something, a lot of people like, they don't want longevity. They couldn't care. They're like, do you know what? I don't care. Give me a dirty, greasy cheeseburger. I'll eat it. But if you keep doing that, mate, you've only got like 10 years left to live. I don't care. Give it to me. Unfortunately, there is people like that. And unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. And unfortunately, big companies love that, McDonald's, for example. And because it's like, they don't care about you. They don't care what they put in their food and give it to you. As long as you give them money. You had a customer there. He was a lifelong customer. He was going to you for years. He just died of a heart attack. McDonald's would be like, so? Who cares? That's what they're like. Am I right? I'm right. What else can I say? I don't know. I think I've pretty much covered it. Eat healthy, guys, if you want to live longer and live and be energetic all the time. Like I'm see the way I am right now. Like I'm fine. Like there's no mood swings or anything like that because I'm not drinking coffee or anything. I'm not crashing. I've had my water. I've had everything. And this morning, I feel good, and I'll feel like this for the rest of the day. So if you want to feel good about yourself and stuff like that, eat healthy. That's what I'm saying. If you don't, you don't. Who cares, eh? But I'm not here to tell you like, hey, make sure you eat healthy. No, just if you would like to, my advice would be to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. But there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to get ready. I've got to go to Manchester now to do an event. It's pretty funny, like, because it's going to take me an hour and 40 minutes to get to Manchester. The event is only for 2 hours, and then I've got an hour and 40 minutes drive back. And then I got to get up early and go and do a wedding fair. A lot of wedding fairs planned for this next few months. It's wedding season is now over ish. There's still a few weddings I've got to do, and now it's going to be TikTok and thinking about this new podcast idea and wedding fairs and studying. So busy time for me coming up. Cheers for listening, everybody. I'll keep you updated about this new podcast idea I've got. I'm actually, once I finish now, I've got an hour and 15 minutes before I have to go and leave to go to Manchester. So I'm actually going to start thinking about a name for the podcast and then see if it's viable and then put the feelers out there and see if anybody wants to get onto the podcast. Basically, one of my podcasts I listen to is James English. Anything Goes with James English. I said that backwards. And it's like that was my initial plan to do a podcast where like he interviewed controversial people and stuff. Now, it's great that he's, his podcast is like one of the best in the UK. But the only thing that is, like, he's interviewing a lot of famous people or people who are like in the media and stuff like that. And that's great. No, fair play to him. But what about the voices of the normal folk? The people who are not famous or anything like that. That's my idea of what to do. So do something similar like what James English is doing, but do it for people who are not well known, sort of thing. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who are definitely being screwed over by the government, cost of living. Somebody will want to go onto a podcast and go, this, we need to do something about this, and I can't afford this and I can't afford that. Or, somebody might be accused of something. I got accused of this and that, and I didn't even do it. Well, come on to the podcast and get your side of the story. So that's the idea. So I want to do that, and then also do this one, come on here and just have a laugh and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I thought the main thing, I've got the equipment, and I can drum up a poster, a branding pretty quickly, and a name. I just need to check the names and see if they're available. And if I find one that's basically that's what I'm going to do. I'm waiting to hear back from this landlord, and then she's like, oh, it's this much a month. I'm like, let's do it. And then, but in the meantime, I'm actually going to come up with a name for this new other podcast I'm going to do. And then once I get a name, get social media set up, then get a place. I've got like a bag where I can actually put all this equipment stuff in and then actually travel to places. So if I need to travel, I can do that. And and then I'll start to look at doing the audio version of it. Getting people on, and then if it starts to take off, then I'll start doing like a video one, and just see what happens. Anyway, but cheers for listening, everybody. I'm out of here. I've got to go to Manchester United. So I'll be back in a few days, guys. Cheers. I'll probably be back on Monday or something. Who knows, right? See you later, guys. Cheers for listening. Bye.